If you were to sit next to Harihar Kaka today, you would be met with an unbroken, terrifying silence. He sits motionless, staring blankly ahead, completely detached from the world around him. This silence exists outside the realm of medicine. It is a profound psychological trauma, the reaction of a man who has simply given up trying to scream. Like a passenger trapped on a sinking ship, he has realized that crying out into the ocean won't bring rescue. It forces a disturbing question. What specific sequence of events, what precise flavor of betrayal is absolute enough to completely break a human mind? The betrayal stems from a cruel irony. His own home and his own temple, the very pillars built to protect a man in his final years, have become his predators. Kaka's life looks simple on the surface. He is an aging, twice-widowed man living in a rural Indian village. With no children of his own, he lives in a traditional joint household alongside his brothers and their families. But he possesses a single asset that essentially seals his fate. He is the sole owner of 15 bighas, about 15 acres, of prime, highly productive agricultural land. To his brothers, the economic math is obvious. Because Kaka lacks direct heirs, that valuable land will naturally default to them upon his death. This assumption strips away his humanity. To his relatives, he is a living obstacle standing between them and a payday. He is no longer a brother or an uncle. He is a countdown to an inheritance. Certain that the land is already theirs, the family stops putting in any effort. While the brothers and their wives eat well, Kaka is consistently handed whatever plain, dry leftovers remain in the kitchen. The breaking point arrives shortly after Kaka recovers from a severe illness. A guest visits the house, prompting the family to prepare a massive, lavish feast. But when Kaka finally retreats to his room craving a good meal, his sister-in-law hands him a plate of plain, stale rice and pickles. Years of quiet humiliation boil over. He marches out and shatters his plate across the dirt courtyard, screaming that he will sign his wealth over to a complete stranger before he lets them inherit a single inch of it. In that single explosive outburst, the illusion of the sacred blood bond evaporates. The family dynamic is laid bare for what it really is, a poorly disguised transaction. Word of this fight travels fast. It quickly reaches the Takorbari, the massively wealthy local temple, and catches the ear of its highly opportunistic head priest, the Mahant. Seeing an opening, the Mahant intercepts the furious old man right on the road. He whisks Kaka away to the temple grounds, offering him immediate spiritual sanctuary away from his greedy relatives. Behind closed doors, the Mahant weaponizes Kaka's religious devotion. He frames Kaka's tragic, childless life as punishment for past sins and guarantees him eternal salvation, provided he signs those 15 acres over to the temple deities. To sweeten the deal, the temple treats Kaka like absolute royalty. They provide him a soft bed, waiting servants, and the exact rich delicacies his family had denied him. The Takorbari, an institution built entirely on divine grace, begins operating exactly like a predatory corporation. They use the promise of heaven as a cheap bribe to acquire real estate. Back home, the brothers go into absolute panic. Terrified of losing a massive fortune to the temple, they rush over to the Mahar's courtyard, falling at Kaka's feet and begging him for forgiveness. They manage to drag him back, and the household violently overcorrects. Suddenly, Kaka is surrounded by fawning relatives, constant attention, and a parade of lavish meals. Amidst this suffocating affection, Kaka sees through the performance. The family's devotion and the temple's sudden piety are the same hollow mask. Both hide the same prize, a property deed. What follows is a chaotic, escalating bidding war that descends into physical violence and kidnapping, ending with the police arriving at the Takorbari gates to demand the surrender of the supposed holy men. Kaka is completely trapped. Both of his safe havens have dropped their acts, revealing themselves as active, dangerous predators, willing to do whatever it takes to secure his land. Which brings us back to that hollow, unbroken silence. Harihar Kaka refuses to speak because he knows any word he utters, any preference he expresses, will only be used to manipulate him. To everyone left in his life, he has ceased to be a brother, an uncle, or a devotee. He has been reduced entirely to a walking, breathing piece of real estate. It is a chilling reminder of how extreme materialism hollows out society from the inside, turning even our most sacred bonds of blood and faith into cold, calculating transactions.